Okay, Brad, here's feedback for Unit 4, LO1 and LO2, bradalots.tumblr.com. So we're going to the very first post here, which you outline your goal for the project, what skills you've got, who the audience is, and what your general sort of aims and hopes are for the project. You then started posting some secondary research here, the Blood Gulch map layout here as well, some ideas for your FPS arena game. The TF2 Arena Map Ravine. So again, give an idea of inspiration, sort of guiding sort of ideas, a pre-visualization of what you want to achieve. Barbarian style arena map with environmental hazards here as well. So got some screenshots here. So what might be nice to do in future, just so you know, is to do it as a photo post rather than a link post, you know. So you can get up to 10 photos in any post here. So it's more visually, more professional to lay it out that way. Okay. Pac-Man map, race maps, you've got so much information here. It's just a bit frustrating. Well, I've gone through this before and I had to click on each one, and if I can just see it at once, that'd be excellent. But for now, don't worry about going back and doing that. StarCraft here as well, UT99. So again, loads of interesting sort of ways of you showing to me and articulating to me the aesthetic and visual sort of style you're aiming for. The Pinterest account here, again, further elaborates on the general style. You've got about 46 pins here. And general inspirations here as to the sort of style and tone and contrasts and characterization that you're going for. Very cool. So, further examples here. The constraints post of yourself and John talking about issues. You talk about copyright in that, you talk about time constraints, you talk about other issues that may come along and trip you up. You guys, as I mentioned earlier on today, have been really focused on this project. I've not had to do anything in this project with you guys. You've been so self-sufficient, professional and independent. I'm really happy with your progress. Updates here, just sort of stating what you've been doing. You've been really on top of Trello as well, which I've noticed, which is very good. Little updates here as well. Another podcast update from last week, I believe that was. Audience research here, talking about this sort of analytics of who the audience is for particular, or rather similar genre games. More screenshots here. The budget for your FMP. Fantastic. So, the only thing that strikes me as not being here, but feel free to correct me, because if it is, I'm happy to take back what I'm about to say. I mean, you've managed the pre-production process really well. Your pitch I'll come on to in a sec. Resources and materials. Have you got anything on there to state what resources and materials you are using in terms of software and hardware?
I think I have, but it's on my computer.
So what I need... Oh, sorry, apologies, here it is.
Okay.
Resources and materials. So here we go. We state here exactly what you need in terms of plugins, software, food and drink, morale, tablets. Okay. Simple, tiny way I've laid out this project, some little tiny bite-sized chunks, which you've managed to stay on top of. Not everyone does. Some people think it's an awful lot of work, but it's not. It's tiny little bits of work, really. That's all it is. You've managed to chip away at things and stay on top of it. Excellent. So, I'm also looking for the treatments here. Now, was there a treatments on here?
I don't think there was.
Okay, so that is also missing. So, I'll go over what you need to do as well. So for the top up here, what you can do, because I'm happy to award the M1 criteria here, because it's really competent, focused, professional work. You stay on top of things, you've laid things out well, and been focused in your attentions without me having to chase you up at any point. So for LO1, if you want to go for the D1, what you need to do is give me a treatment. Now on Trello, there's a video of me on the back of that card saying what a treatment is. Essentially, you're going to be saying what you propose to do, what your plan is, like a more detailed synopsis, outlining what it's going to look like once it's finished. LO2 we'll go on to now. So, LO2, the pitch, how do you think it went, the pitch?
Pitch went alright. I think I could get some improvements, get improvements given to us on my audience and class as well. So.
You did get some good feedback actually from the other guys. So you've embedded it here, but I think it was as a, yeah. So what you might want to do is do it as a video post, that one there, okay? So I'm going to ask you to do for LO2, which was the pitch. I want you, if you linked me to the Prezi or the haiku deck you used. So what I want you to do is link me to the presentation. I thought the pitch was good. I thought you communicated really clearly. You and John are both sort of charismatic sort of presences anyway, and you got a lot of sort of respect and goodwill from your peers, and they were really into it. You were engaging, precise, articulate. There was some good terminology in your one as well. I'd like to have seen more. Some good visuals. What was the running time of it? I think you were quite close to the running time. No, you weren't. You fell short actually. Yeah. 3 minutes 32. That's it. Okay. So. Misremembered that. So I want you to embed as a video on your blog, so as a video post. I want you to link me to the actual presentation that you actually used in the actual video itself, which was Prezi, I believe. I also want you to tell me how you would improve. So what I mean by that is I want you to state to me how you would improve this. I mean, I thought you communicated really clearly. You incorporated a lot of the key points I was looking for as well. It was really succinct and to the point. But to improve it, what I would suggest you say is perhaps more rehearsal. You and John actually going through it in detail, timing yourselves maybe, making sure it's 5 minutes. Perhaps more terminology being used as well, and more visuals as well would have been good as well. I'm happy to award the M2 for this, but you should be getting distinction for this.
Okay.
And your work is aiming towards distinction. So don't let this hold back your overall distinction. If you want to get distinction, I want you to do the following. For LO1, do a treatment outlining exactly, it can be video, audio, written, I don't care how you do that, stating what you want your project to look like by the end of the actual project. So prophesise how it's going to look almost. For LO2, link me to the presentation, the Prezi. Embed it as a video, this actual video itself, so go to share and then grab that code and then go to your Tumblr and video post and link it as a video post for me. Tell me how you would improve. So, for the D2, if you want to go for that, you will tell me how you would improve by recording yourself as a vlog or podcast, saying, okay, in the future we should rehearse, we should use more terminology. Tell me. It could be like a little minute top up. Okay, as things stand, you've got a strong merit you're aiming towards, but I can see this being a distinction and then this tripping you up. So don't let that happen. Good work.